What's up YouTube, this is AppSuck05 and today we're going to be looking at the Galaxy S2, the AT&T version. I'd like to start off by saying this phone's got a 4.3 inch Super AMOLED Plus screen. This thing's got beautiful colors, super bright. It's got a WVGA resolution is 800 by 480, and although you'll find some phones that have a high resolution than this colors are just awesome. They just jump out at you. They're so crisp. If we look at the back of it, you're gonna find like some texture on the back of it. You got an 8 megapixel camera with a flash. Underneath, on the very bottom of it, you got the charging port and you got the microphone right there. On the right hand side, you have the lock screen on and off button. On the left hand side, you got the volume rocker, and on the very top you have the 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, something I want to show you guys very quick in case you guys don't know. If we look at the back of this phone, you take the battery cover off, you're going to see the SIM slot, the micro SD slot, and your battery. But if you look at the battery, and I'm trying to get close enough here, you got the near field communications. It seems like they have built it directly into the battery, which is really cool. I'm not really sure how they're going to implement that in the upcoming updates, but I find that really interesting. Looking forward to see what they're going to do with that. I haven't been able to find anything in the phone about the near field communications, but I'm sure in the upcoming updates and ice cream sandwich maybe they'll be doing some work with that. Alright, now as far as the operating system goes, the Galaxy S2 is a gingerbread phone. It's a 2.3.4 gingerbread, and the AT&T, actually there's two different models. It's the i777 and I can't remember what the other model is right now. I'm looking at the 777 right now. And so if you guys are like interested in rooting and stuff like that, you got to be careful and make sure that you choose the right one, the right files for the right model. You have, like I said, Android Gingerbread on here. As you can tell, you have the TouchWiz overlay over this. So you got Samsung stuff on there. You have the sideways scrolling in the app drawer, and you have some of their icons they look a lot like every icons that they have on all the TouchWiz stuff. Then you have the front facing camera here on the top left, and there's a proximity sensor right here next to it, right next to the earpiece. This phone has a 1.2 it's a processor made by Samsung. It's got 1 gigahertz 1.2 gigahertz processor. It's got 1 gig of RAM, and this thing is fast. It feels so nice. This one here, I've rooted it, but I haven't done anything to it yet. So you see Super User app in there. I'll show you a quick, maybe a benchmark test, so you can see what I'm talking about. Now with the first Galaxy S, you were doing awesome if you were getting 2,000 plus scores, and that's after you overclocked it and stuff like that. I've seen some people get 3,000 scores, and you know that was, I don't think that you could use a phone all day like that. But this phone here, straight out the box, obviously it's got the processor, the nice processor, dual core processor in it. It's pulling way over 3,000 scores. So if you root it and you find a kernel and overclock it, and I'm sure you're looking at probably 4,000 or 5,000 scores. Right now we got a 3835 Can't really tell that on the camera. Sorry about that. But it's just super fast. This phone just feels so comfortable in your hands. It's got some cool features. Like usually in the Android phones, if you hold the icon down, you can move it around wherever you want. Just moving to move it around. But if you would like to, with this phone, what's interesting is you could hold the icon down and actually tilt the phone. So you could tilt it to whatever screen you like. If you're just feeling lazy or you want to show off or whatever. I thought that was really cool. And also in the browser, that's another thing that you could use. You can just hold 2 points on the screen and you could go up or down, and it does the same thing as it would when you pinch the zoom with the phone. So overall, I love the Galaxy S line myself personally. So I would recommend this phone to somebody, to anybody, if they're into Android, if they're looking for something with a large screen, something that they're probably going to be able to hold on to for a while because it's got some good specs. The Galaxy S2 is a nice phone. It is kind of a pricey phone, but I believe that for about $200 and a 2-year contract, you can get this one from AT&T. T-Mobile and Sprint have their own versions, and they're very similar to this one. Those have a 4.5-inch screen, if I'm not mistaken, and they got a few other little small tweaks here and there, but overall they're basically the same device. Well guys, that's going to be it for today. AppSuck05 Galaxy S2. Till next time.